Hey everyone, today we're going to try something a little different. We are taking one single chaotic 24-hour news cycle in the world of AI and boiling it all down into one explainer. The date we've picked is January 28th, 2026. So let's see what a day in the life of AI really looks like.
I mean, really think about that. What can actually happen in just one day? For most industries, it's just another Tuesday, right? But in AI, man, 24 hours can feel like a whole year. Giants make billion-dollar moves. Brand new technologies pop up out of nowhere. And the very foundation of our future gets built and argued about in real time.
Okay, let's get into it. To make sense of this absolute whirlwind, we've broken the day down into 5 big themes. The new war for search, the hardware that's actually making it all possible, how AI is pushing into our jobs, the very real human side of this, and finally, the big philosophical fight over how we build the future.
First up, the arena where, let's be honest, we all bump into AI every single day. Search. On this particular day, the battle lines were completely redrawn as the titans of tech made their moves, fighting over the future of how we find anything online.
So what we're seeing here is a classic David versus Goliath story, but with a huge AI twist. On one side, you've got the heavyweight champ, the incumbent, Google. They're rolling out their super powerful Gemini 3 model for AI overviews across the entire globe, even adding a new AI mode so you can have conversations and ask follow-up questions. But then on the other side, a challenger emerges. Yahoo jumps back into the ring with something called Scout, a brand new AI answer engine for users in the US. And get this, they're not even using their own tech. It's powered by Anthropic's Claude model. The war for your questions is officially on.
But here's the thing. All these complicated AI models in these big search wars, they don't just run on clever code. They run on incredibly specialized, super powerful, and really expensive hardware. So let's pop the hood and take a look at the engine that's powering this entire boom.
70%. Just let that sink in for a second. This number represents a massive, massive bet. It's the slice of next-generation high-bandwidth memory, which is basically the lifeblood of AI chips, that NVIDIA has already claimed for the entire year of 2026, and they've given it all to just one single company.
And that company is South Korea's SK Hynix. They've landed that enormous 70% order from NVIDIA, which just solidifies a position that was already incredibly dominant. I mean, with an estimated 54% of the entire global market for AI memory, one company basically holds the keys to the expansion of the entire industry. That is a serious concentration of power, and you know, it raises some pretty critical questions about potential bottlenecks in the global AI supply chain.
So the hardware is locked down, the consumer-facing battles are heating up. Now let's follow the money into the corporate world, because on this day, the amount of cash flowing into enterprise AI was just staggering. And it reveals a really clear strategy, embedding AI deep into the very fabric of how we all work.
$42 million. And that's a Series A funding round. That's a huge early vote of confidence from investors. It went to a company called Flora, an AI design tool. And this isn't some tiny startup. We're talking about clients like the media giant Lionsgate, who are using this AI to automate creating high-end media stuff.
And it doesn't stop there. Boom. $50 million for a company called Sumize. What this tool does is bring AI-powered contract management right into the apps that professionals are already using every single day. You know, like Slack and Microsoft Teams. This isn't just about being a little more efficient. It's about making AI a totally indispensable part of how a business actually runs.
And it's not just about new money coming in. The market itself is starting to consolidate. On January 28th, the news broke that the enterprise AI firm C3.ai was in talks to merge with Automation Anywhere. This is a big strategic move, right? Combining forces to create a potential powerhouse in corporate AI. It really signals that the industry is maturing and getting even more competitive.
So all this corporate investment, all this talk of automation and integration, it paints a really powerful picture of progress, doesn't it? But on the very same day, a totally different story was being told. One that really gets at the deep anxieties just simmering right below the surface of this tech revolution.
This quote, it comes from a report on tech professionals in India, which is a global hub for the outsourcing industry. So while executives in Silicon Valley are popping champagne over new funding rounds, these workers are reporting that they're buckling under immense pressure. They're haunted by this very real, palpable fear that the AI tools being built are the very things that will make their jobs disappear. It's a really stark, human contrast to all those billion-dollar valuations.
Okay, so you have this unbelievable boom on one side and this profound anxiety on the other. It all funnels down into a fundamental debate that's just raging right now. How do we actually build the future of AI? Should it be in the closed-off labs of giant corporations, or should it be out in the open for everyone to see and to use?
On this day, the open camp made a big move. The Allen Institute for AI released something called Sera, which is an open-source coding agent. Basically, think of it as an AI assistant for programmers that anyone can download, anyone can modify, and anyone can use. And it's designed specifically to work securely on private, internal company projects. This is a direct challenge to the expensive, proprietary tools that the giants are selling.
And it's not just research institutes either. Governments are getting involved in this open source push. In this really fascinating partnership, the UK government put together a new AI team. Their mission? To build open source tools for the public good. To improve things like public transport and national defense. And the kicker? The funding is coming from Meta. Yeah, a private tech giant is paying for a government's open source AI project. The lines are definitely getting blurry.
But even as this open source movement is gaining steam, the power of the big corporations is always there. On the same day we see all this great open development, we get this small but very telling story. The creator of a popular AI agent called Claudebot was forced to change its name to Moltbot, and he said it was because of pressure from Anthropic. Yep, the same company powering Yahoo's new search tool. It's just a little reminder that even in the open world, the giants cast a very, very long shadow.
And that leaves us right here. After just one day, we've seen corporate giants start a search war, a single company corner the hardware market, an open source movement push for more access, and a government step in to build public tools. It all boils down to the final, critical question that this single day in AI forces us to ask. Who is actually going to own the keys to this transformative technology? The answer is being written right now, one day at a time, and you can bet the events of tomorrow are just a few hours away.